Welcome back! From buffets and soft serve to adults-only dining, Disney Cruise Line has a lot to offer when it comes to food.
Today, we're diving into all the food options on board, what's included, what's extra, and some tips to make the most of it.
Let's dive in! Hey!
Hi.
Welcome back! So in last week's video, we talked about rotational dining. This week, we're going to talk about
Snacks!
all things food and snacks.
Including snacks. We'll give you kind of a rundown of all of the different places to find food.
Yeah.
And types of food.
And what's included and what's not.
Yeah.
That's important to know.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So obviously we can't talk about food without talking about rotational dining.
Yes.
But we made a whole video on that last week. So if you haven't seen that yet, go back and check that out. It dives into all the details about what rotational dining is, how it works, what to expect.
Basically the big thing for this video that we'll tell you is that that's one of your dinner options and it is all included in your cruise price.
Your cruise price. So it's important to note.
Yeah.
So let's talk about pool deck food.
Yes, so I think all classes of ships have like a pizza place, a burger place, chicken tenders, hamburgers, hot dogs, all those things.
And on some of them, there's a Mexican food option. So you have Donald's Cantina on the newer class of ships, as well as on the Disney Dream, there's Ramon's.
Yes,
That's my favorite.
And then there's a couple ships that have like shawarma, which is really cool.
Let's get some shawarma.
Yes.
Funny word.
The nice thing is that all of the food on the pool deck is free and included in your cruise.
And a little tip, so if you are sailing with younger kids and maybe you have the later dining option, the pool deck's a great option to maybe get a little snack before you get dinner if they're starting to get hungry. I utilize the pool deck food a lot too as a picky eater.
Yeah.
I will do, especially on the Wish, I've done Donald's Cantina. If I don't like the menu that night, I will go out there, grab something to eat before we head into our dining. Yeah.
And I'll just eat extra meals.
Okay, time to talk about snacks, the moment you all been waiting for.
There are none!
Surprisingly.
I know. So there are lots of options for snacks that are an extra cost.
Yeah.
So popcorn stands, lounge food, there's lots of different items.
Yeah.
The only thing that is really open at different hours is like there's a little bit of fruit.
I'll usually be up kind of by where the
like the soft serve is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, there isn't a ton available. So our favorite thing that we do is we either bring our own, which we don't do a lot of because we have to fly there.
Yeah. So if you're traveling from far away, it's not the greatest option to have to pack a ton of snacks.
Yes. Yeah. So you can pack your own, or what I like to do is bring my own reusable bags. And when I'm at the buffet, I just get a little extra food that I store in those bags for later. So it might be like a trail mix or something.
Yeah. Or she loves fruit. She'll grab fruit and put it in a little cooler thing inside the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great tip if you have somebody in your group that's snacky like Michelle.
Like me. Now for everyone's cruise favorite, buffets!
Yeah. So on the older class of ships, you have cabanas. And then on the newer class of ships, which would be like the Wish, the Treasure, the Destiny, anything else that's coming, I would imagine, you have Marceline's Market.
Yeah.
And those are the onboard buffet options. And
for breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
They are not open for dinner.
No.
So that's a different from like different cruise lines is they're not options for dinner.
Yeah, that's where the rotational dining comes in. Yeah. So these buffets are awesome for kind of the classic, everybody loves like the good breakfast where they have lots of different options for breakfast.
Eggs and pastries and
anything you can imagine.
Yeah,
and then for lunch, they have your classic like all you can eat seafoods and just all of the things that everybody loves. And the great part is it's all included in your fare. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. Another one of our favorites is room service.
Yeah, Michelle and I use room service a lot.
I mean, it's literally 24 hours.
Yeah, and I shouldn't say that because in our last cruise, we didn't do it at all.
That's an exception.
That was an exception.
Look at our first vlog.
But most cruises, we use it a lot. So the great thing about room services is there's a lot of great options on there. It's available 24 hours a day. Yes. You got your classic chicken tenders, hot wings.
Mickey bars.
Soups.
Cake.
Cookies. There are some exceptions to what's included that would cost you. So for example, any soda that you would order through room service, it's going to be a canned soda, so that's going to be an extra charge. Obviously alcohol, but all of the food is included.
Yeah, and the only thing that is recommended is for you to tip whoever brings it. So they typically recommend like $1 to $2 per plate. So if I get a cheese plate, And chicken tenders,
should
I'm
tip
gonna do
about
$4.
$4. Yeah. And then the other thing that's great about room service is you can actually pre-order breakfast, and you don't have to call. There's a little thing that they will put inside of one of the drawers inside your stateroom. You can fill that out, and it needs to be put on your door by 3 a.m., which, by the way, who's up at 3 a.m.?
We are not those type of cruisers.
Yeah, I think it's such a funny time to me, but just make sure you put it out on your door. They have lots of great breakfast items. It's not the full spread of
like a continental.
Yeah, think hotel. You got bagels, coffee. Yeah, that's a kind of a pro tip. If you are a big coffee drinker, don't order the room service coffee. Go up to the Cove Bar and get your coffee there. Yeah. But other than that, it's a great option if you got to get out the door really fast for an excursion and want to eat and not have to go to like Cabana's or to Marceline's Market.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're liking this video, make sure you hit that like button. That really helps the algorithm push this video out to other people. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification as well, and that will notify you whenever we put out more Disney adventures. So maybe you're looking for something a little bit more fancy than, say, rotational dining. You're wanting to get a little zhuzhed up for the night. So let's talk about adults-only dining.
Yes, and there's 3 different restaurants that Disney has. All of the ships have Palo. Palo Brunch is super popular. We're actually doing Palo Brunch on one of our upcoming cruises.
Yeah, stay tuned for that announcement at the end of the video.
And then the ships either have Remy or Enchante, which are the very fine dining, high class.
This is like a wee, nice clothes.
Is that your definition of it?
Not a Kyle. Let's just define this as not a Kyle restaurant. But it's okay if it's yours.
Yes, and that is typically what you would expect for any kind of fine dining. All of those are at an extra cost, so none of them are included. The exception is as you get to a higher Castaway Club level, so the more cruises you do, they'll give you a credit towards these experiences, which is really cool.
Yeah, and another thing to note is in our last video, we talked about how there isn't a dress code for dining.
Yeah.
This is the exception we talked about. Yes. So all 3 of these restaurants are going to have dress codes. So make sure you bring something a little bit nicer than maybe what you would wear to rotational dining.
Yeah, but these are perfect for those, like Kyle said, those adult-only experiences for maybe an anniversary. Yeah, or just even to have a more quiet dinner experience.
Yeah. So one of the great things that Disney is known for is their themed lounges and themed bars. These are huge on Disney Cruise Line ships.
Yes, and there are so many unique experiences and cocktails at each one because they're all themed to whatever that lounge is, which is really cool.
Can't wait to see the Haunted Mansion bar on the Treasure in just a few weeks.
Yes, it's going to be so cool. All of these are going to cost extra. So even the food that are at the lounges, that's the place that I like to go a lot of times for some extra specialty snacks. All of that's going to cost extra.
The one exception is for your specialty coffee location, which is going to be the Cove Cafe.
Pastries in the pastry case are free, which is really cool.
Yeah, so if you're going up to get a coffee and you want a little pastry, you're only going to have to pay for the coffee. So.
Yeah, and some of the lounges are open for adults and kids. They'll have trivias in there, different live music events, but then there are some that are adults only specific.
Yeah, typically the pubs are adult only. If you're ever worried about it, there's usually a sign very clearly on the door that will say like adults only or 18 and up. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about ending up in the wrong space.
Yeah, but like we always love getting the pretzel at whatever the pub is, and it's a pretty reasonably priced thing.
Yeah, it's actually cheaper. I would say that the snacks on board Disney Cruise Line are cheaper than park food.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's a pretty good size.
Yeah, and even cheaper than if you're a baseball fan going to a baseball game. Like the pretzel, I think, costs us maybe $7 or $8 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
There's the gratuity, so it's always hard. You got to keep that in mind. There's always an auto gratuity that's added to your bill, so it's whatever you're paying plus the gratuity.
Yeah. So that is, if you're not planning ahead for your snacks, that's a great option for snacks. Just know it all costs extra.
Yeah.
If you are a fellow dessert before dinner enthusiast like we are, this is the section for you.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was another option. So let's start with the free option, which soft serve on the pool deck. So there's lots of great options there. They're gonna have your traditional like chocolate and vanilla and swirl. And then the cool thing with soft serve is each day they're gonna have a different flavor, a couple different flavors they introduce through the whole day.
And it's unlimited.
Yeah, you can get as much as you want. So that's your free option. Now, every single ship is going to have a sweet shop, and they're themed to different things. I think the one on the Wish is
Joyful
Sweets.
Yeah.
I always get them confused.
And then there's like a Mickey and Minnie, like Sweet on You. There's, what's the new one? The Zootopia one.
Isn't it Vanellope's that's going to be on?
Vanellope Sweets. Yeah, there's so many cool theming too. Just pop in there.
And there's lots of great options. We tried that on the Wish, and they had amazing gelato.
Yeah.
And it was, once again, same with the snack section.
Not bad.
It was not like horribly priced. I think it was like $3 or $4.
$3 per scoop, yeah. And that was for any of the extra gelatos or ice cream. Everything in there, they also have like cupcakes and things.
Yeah, it's all going to be extra.
All of those things are going to be extra.
Yeah.
So soft serve is a great option for free. Sweet shop is a great option for a little bit extra. And they have like toppings and stuff.
Yeah, keep in mind your rotational dining, there's always going to be a dessert option there as well. So if you have dinner.
Dessert before and after dinner.
Exactly. You took it right out of my mouth.
Great minds think alike.
So not all the food options that are included in your cruise are actually on the ship.
Yes.
There's some that are at Disney's private islands.
Yeah.
Castaway Key and Lookout Point. Is that how you say it?
We haven't
been to that one yet.
We're hopefully soon.
Yeah.
But the key thing to know is both of those are barbecue experiences. So I know Castaway has 3 different barbecues on their island. There's 2 at the family beaches, 1 at Serenity Bay. I think Lookout has 2, if I remember right.
Yeah.
All of that food is going to be included in your cruise. And so it's just typical barbecue food, chicken, barbecue, corn, chips.
Soft serve.
Soft serve. All the soft serve. Now,
little tip,
we prefer lunch on board.
Yeah, and we discovered that actually on our last cruise, where we actually went back to the ship a little early and ate on board. There's nothing, now don't get us wrong, there's nothing wrong with eating on the island. We just find that the food quality is just a little bit better on the ship, and it's a lot quieter if you head back just a little bit early.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Yeah. So we can't talk about food without talking about drinks as well.
Yeah.
Now, drinks don't necessarily need to be their own entire video, but we wanted to give you, but we wanted to give you kind of some of your options that are available on the ship and also off the ship.
Yes, so we talked about those lounges and bars. All of those are obviously going to have drinks that are costing extra. Some of the other bars that are available, there's usually multiple different bars on the pool deck. Yeah. So, and the waiters are always walking around. There's usually at least 1 in the adults only section and then quite a few other places.
There's also a smoothie location on, I think, most of the ships. I don't know. We haven't been on some of the older ships yet, so we're not sure, but I know that like the Wish, the Treasure, the Destiny all have that option on the pool deck. And then on the island, you have all of those great options as well. There's lots of bars. On Castaway at Pelican Point, there's Olaf's Frozen Treats, I think is there.
I think so.
It has Olaf. That's all I know. It has Olaf. That's where you can get your smoothies on the island. So it can't go far without, finding a drink if you want one.
Yeah, and all of those are going to cost extra.
Yeah.
Also on the pool deck is a self-service soda station, and that is free. So that's something
included in your cruise cost.
Yes, that's something unique to Disney, is that all of the soda that you can get through those stations are going to be free.
Yeah.
So bring your reusable cup.
Yeah, pro tip, bring your reusable cup, take it with you. And it's super useful, so you can grab some drinks, bring it back to your room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we made it to the end of this series. Woo! We've covered all things food in the last 2 videos. Let us know down in the comments below, what's your favorite food option or something that you're looking forward to on your cruise soon?
Or favorite snack.
Michelle wants to hear all of your snack ideas. Maybe there's something
what are your snack hacks?
Yeah, what if something that you've missed that you may not have done yet?
Exactly. Maybe I'm missing something.
Let us know down in the comments below.
And another key thing to keep in mind with Disney food is that if you have any kind of dietary needs or concerns, head to guest services. They are a wealth of information and can kind of guide you through what dining for you looks like in all the different spaces.
Yeah, they're going to be able to give you all the options that you're going to have available to you.
Yeah.
And then
a little news.
Little exciting announcement. We've been teasing at it a little bit. We booked another cruise. Shocking, I know.
I know. Crazy. So we are going on the Wish for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
Which is going to be really cool. Because
I'm excited because it's right after, it's pretty close to our Treasure cruise, like within 2 or 3 weeks,
I think. It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So it'll be cool to be able to compare and contrast so close to each other, the Treasure versus the Wish.
Yes. And it's crazy because there's still things that we haven't done on the Wish.
Yeah, that ship is massive. We haven't done Hyperspace Lounge yet. We tried to do that on our concierge cruise, got a little busy.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will hit there this time.
Yes.
And
Apollo?
Apollo is a big one. We have Apollo brunch reservation.
Yeah.
So excited for that.
Yeah, and we're actually going with some friends. They're going to take advantage of Enchante, so we're really excited to hear from them. What are the things that they liked, if there's anything that they didn't, just their overall review of that.
They're also first-time cruisers, so it'll be cool to get their perspective, because we didn't have the vlog yet when we went on our first cruise, so it'll be cool to see the ship through a first-time cruiser's eyes.
Yeah, so stick around for that. Like Kyle mentioned, we have our treasure cruise coming up in like
less than a month.
3.5 weeks
Yeah,
now.
less than a month. I think we're, 27-ish, 26 days, somewhere there? We haven't checked the countdown enough.
I know, getting close.
Yeah, so excited for that. And then, we have that Wish cruise right after that. So we're gonna have a lot of great cruise content coming your guys' way. Like we've said before, if you haven't liked this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you guys along for those cruises. And I think with that, we'll see you guys in the next video.
We're gonna go eat some snacks.
Yeah, bye.